Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this very fuzzy PDF and asked how you could create something like that. I just happen to have that, almost that exact font. Now, I should have done smaller, and I didn't offset them like this, but it'll give the person the idea of what to do. I am going to left click and right click and have an outline. Now, we're going to take two lines at like a 45-degree angle. We're going to make them red. They're already red. I'm going to make them something thicker than a hairline and kind of mimic the drawing. I'm going to kind of put them where they are in the drawing. I'm going to hit the plus key and then move the other one. It's just barely touching the S. And now what I'm going to do is, this is my drawing. I just drew a bunch of squares. If you're going to do it for real, you'd probably offset them back and forth. You know, they're not perpendicular to each other. And that you could take the time and do it. Now, let's find out how big this thing is. It's almost 7 inches, so we're going to set our nudge factor for 7. We're going to take our Smart Fill tool and fill in, nudge it down, fill in, nudge it down. I'm just filling in anything that will be inside that blue area. Now I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to go and group them together. Now, do not move this. Important. Move this. And I'm not quite big enough yet. I've already stretched it. I hate to stretch it anymore, but got to. When you have it all encompassed, select both of them and intersect. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you that. Now, we can just nudge it there and we got it. Now, the other part is blue. So I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and make it blue. All the other parts that are not have that special effect in it. For some reason, I missed that. That should be in there too. I probably just didn't clip it enough to, or maybe I didn't fill it in. So let me just back up. Won't take just a second. And we can just delete all this and delete that. So I need to move this out of the way. Smart Fill. I need to Smart Fill anything on the inside of those lines. And I also need to nudge them down when I'm going. And I didn't get that, but I can nudge it right now. Now I'm going to go left click, right click. Got to group it together for this to work, for the intersect tool to work. Stretch it a little bit more, select them both. Intersect, I always like going over just to make sure it's there, then we come back. Now all the rest of the letters are blue, and we can just fill them with blue. And you almost have it. Let's move this out of the way. Let's take an orange box, or a box. Of course, you'd want to put it in the middle. And we can basically color that box any color we want and go to Object, Order, Backup Page, and you see the effect. Now get your color eyedropper tool, and actually you can select your real one and put it in there. Now, the only other thing we don't have is any white background like in the original, so we can zoom in here and we'll take the Smart Fill tool, set on white, and we can just fill in the areas between the cubes. And then again, I've got really big cubes. If you were doing it for yourself, you'd want to mimic the real logo and have a smaller. Thought it'd be better for the video. That's a little bit of a problem right there. That doesn't stop that. Let me tell you what. Let me take that line and convert it to an object. Now let's see if that doesn't stop that from happening. There we go. See, it's just barely through there. Now, the only other thing is that the blue has a white background, but we can just move one of them out of the way and take that and make it a white background and actually make it thicker. I only move that out of the way so I can make sure I click on it. We'll make it a little bit thicker for the video. And then move that back. And I think we got the logo. You know, if you compare them, now if I would have used smaller dots, I can't tell if they're squares or what they are. Maybe you, on your end you can see, and you know, kind of, you know, mix them up. Don't go like I did and just make boxes, even though that still looks pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.